everyone, so welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Chloe and I am a creator here on YouTube. I do music, lifestyle and writing related content. And you've probably seen this title and wondered a few things. Firstly, where's my coffee? Because this is meant to be a coffee talk. I don't actually have a coffee today just because I don't know why I'm trying to avoid having second coffees because I've already had my coffee for the day, so that's why there's no coffee. However, I do have a glass of water and this can of St. Helier's sparkling orange beverage, which I'm gonna crack open. I've never actually had this before, so this will be interesting. I hope it tastes good. Okay, I actually quite like that. They are my drinks for this video, and then the second part of the title you are probably also wondering about, and also curious as to what's going on, everything in general. If you're a returning subscriber, then you will know that I not long came back from a hiatus and now I'm announcing that I'm going on yet another break. I appreciate there's going to be some confusion about this. Just for like reference, my hiatus was from like the beginning of October to November 16th, and I returned with a coffee talk wearing this exact jumper, but trust me, it is a different day. I'm obviously not even wearing makeup now. I'm not wearing any makeup, even though Thursdays are technically filming days. I don't really wear makeup that often anyway, so that's why there's no makeup. This is hopefully just going to be like a quick video. What happened, you might be asking? So if you didn't know, obviously with this whole pandemic going on right now, every country has like a different approach. If you didn't know, I'm in England, and England has been in another lockdown, another national lockdown that started on November the 5th, which was a Thursday, and that was kind of when I started filming new content for, oh my god, this actually goes up in December, so I was filming at the beginning of the month new content for November, but this video actually goes up in December, and then this national lockdown finishes on the 2nd of December. So by the time this video goes up, the national lockdown is going to be over. I honestly, no one knows what's going to happen after that. So I'm actually quite glad that this national lockdown is almost over, and like, I know the speculation that's going on right now with there being like a possibility of a third wave because like the government changing the rules for Christmas. I don't really know what to think about there being like a third wave, or even the possibility of going back into a third national lockdown. I am praying to God that doesn't happen because I'm already struggling enough. And that kind of leads me on to my next point. Obviously during this lockdown, things have been tough. Things have been tough for me, and I don't really know how to word it, but my anxiety levels in this lockdown, that by the time this video goes up, like I said, will be over. I've been really struggling like with my mental health. My anxiety levels have been sky high. Depression really affects me as well. I'm gonna say this because I want people to know this. I feel like something's not been quite... Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm literally so dumb. I honestly forgot I have personal calls like between 11:30 and 12 on Thursdays. Oh, I was talking about my depression. I seem way too happy to be, to be taken seriously about depression, but honestly, I feel like I've kind of just been like, something's not been quite right since the beginning of 2018, and I don't really know why. I mean, if you didn't know, 2018 was a pretty hefty year for me. I had a lot go on that year, put me in a really bad place. I was in some pretty unhealthy relationships, and that's all I'm really gonna say, and like I still suffer with trauma now. But like even with that, I still can't really pinpoint what happened for me to feel this way now. But yeah, I've been depressed since like the beginning of 2018. With this whole lockdown, things have been quite bad, anxiety and depression wise. Both of those levels have risen. There are days where I've been like really anxious, other days where I've been quite depressed. It's one of those really difficult things, which is like I'm either anxious or depressed, and then there are days where I'm anxious and depressed. It's been a weird year for everyone, I think. Because of that, in the first lockdown, it was actually one of the things I really struggled with. If you didn't know, I ended up in hospital after an overdose. That's kind of like made me kind of scared of lockdowns now, just because, you know, I really don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know, you know, how it's going to make me feel or anything like that. Obviously, I've been fairly okay in this lockdown. Nothing majorly bad has happened. I've just been taking care of my mental health a lot more during this second lockdown, because that was one of the major lessons that I had learned from the first lockdown. It was that I needed to take better care of my mental health and have it be a priority. And so I have been, you know, trying to take care of my mental health as best as possible. But that kind of leads me on to the next point that I want to make. But with my return to YouTube recently, I have found it quite hard to kind of look after my mental health in the same way that I have been doing, like, during my time off. It's been quite hard to do because YouTube is one of those things that takes a lot more time than people realise. Because this, for example, these are my notes for this video. Not just that, but this page as well. A page and a half. Takes probably about half an hour to plan content like this. And then you've got the production, which takes about 20 to 30 minutes with these videos anyway, and then it takes like an hour to edit, and then you've got another hour for the other post-production bits, and it's a lot of time. For one video, it takes a really long time, and I think that's one of the things that people don't realise. So because of that, I kind of did have to decide on my priorities, and I'm gonna be honest, it really wasn't like a big decision. It didn't take much thought at all. I kind of already knew the order of my priorities, and so obviously the first one is, you know, me and my mental health and my physical health. If you didn't know, I've also been going out on walks, sunset walks. Yes, it can be cold this time of year. Honestly, the wonders it has done for my mind to not be cooped up in my bedroom all day. It's just, walks do a wonderful thing. And today I actually really do want to go down to the other part of the river, down at the bottom of the village. Yeah, but then I do have other things to do. And that's the other thing. Just, I always feel like I have so much to do, and things always take me so much longer than they actually need to take. And it's just a little bit frustrating that things take so long. And so, going back to my priorities, as I was saying, the first is me and my mental health and physical health. The second is college. College is actually quite similar to this because I am doing a creative media course, creative media production level 3, and it's a UAL course as well. So the structure of the course is pretty much, it's the same as my course last year, which was actually music, so I'm quite familiar with the UAL structure, and so I do think that makes it a bit easier for me. Because of that, it's quite similar to YouTube, and I'll get to that in a minute. Because my third priority is work, but then it's only part-time and I only work twice a week. Work for me isn't not like a big deal because I'm only going twice a week. Then my fourth is writing, bookwork and everything. And I don't know why, but I'm so excited. Even though I haven't written for days, I'm telling you, it takes so long to get any like bookwork done at the moment because of everything else. But then I'm kind of starting to think about like my routine and what I can actually change in my routine, so I am doing more. I'm starting to think that maybe on days like Wednesdays and Thursdays I could do like an hour of bookwork before doing anything else in the morning, but I don't know how that would work. Fifth priority of mine is YouTube, and then my sixth is music. So you're probably wondering, why isn't the last priority the one that you're sacrificing? Music has always been like a big part of my life, and I'm never going to give that up. I obviously did it for 2 years at college before going on to this creative media course. Music is something that's always been a hobby for me. It's just one of those things that I rarely do that much nowadays anyway. You know, it doesn't make sense to give up music because music is one of my many creative outlets that kind of like allows me to express myself. There's no way that I'm gonna give that up. YouTube, however, is a bit different. And the reason for this is because obviously last year on the music course I was doing, you know, music full time, which meant that I wasn't like doing music outside of college. And I feel like it's kind of similar this year because I'm now doing a creative media course. For some reason it takes up a lot of time because of the nature of it. Like I said, YouTube takes a lot of time. Like the whole production thing takes a long time. Because I'm doing it, you know, as part of a college course now, it's really hard to do stuff like that outside of college because it takes away from the time that I want to be writing or, you know, doing music or doing other things like just getting out the house. It just takes up a lot of time. And yeah, I have kind of noticed the similarities with, you know, last year when I was doing music. I wasn't doing music in my personal time, I was doing it in college time, and then now this time I'm on a creative media production course. YouTube is suffering. That was just like a really long-winded way of saying that yes, I'm taking a break from YouTube, doing regular content, like weekly content. I'm still wanting to do monthly content so I don't completely fall off the YouTube wagon. So I still want to be doing things like monthly writing vlogs or, you know, anything, just random videos I'm going to be doing probably in the next 4 months. Like I said, I just don't want to completely stop uploading and I don't want to completely stop creating content. I do have some really like fun ideas that I want to do in the future. You know, I still have time to do that, like to create those ideas and actually make it a product. So like I still want to be like creating content, but it's not going to be like weekly content. It's not going to be that regular. It's going to be like once or twice a month. When and if I do post content in the next 4 months, that it's going to be like either on Mondays or Fridays, probably most likely Fridays. You know, with that being said, I keep saying like in the next 4 months, and that's because this is going to be a long break. This is going to be like a long hiatus type thing because I'm not going to be returning and actively posting until like next year, around the February, March, April time. That's the time like when I plan on kind of like coming back. When I do come back will honestly depend on how I'm feeling. And I say like February, April time because I'd have a half-term break in February and a half-term break in April when I can hopefully, you know, get some bulk filming done, or, you know, just depending on how I'm feeling. But honestly, I don't really know how that's gonna work just yet because obviously I don't know when exactly I'll be returning. It'll be within those 3 months, and that will kind of be when I do like my yearly content. So things like my 2020 year in review, or I might as well just do that now. 2020 was a shit year for everyone. And that's pretty much the only review I need for the year. I said it. Joking aside, you know, when I do return, I'll be doing like my yearly and annual content. So things like, I don't know, my TBR and my year in review and just everything like that I usually do at the beginning of the year. But it will be like February, April time. It might end up being like, if I film in the February like half term, I'll probably return in like March. But my priority during this time is gonna be writing and my mental health. And you know, that's just why I'm going on this break. Not just for my mental health, but because I just really want to get this third draft read through done and over with, so I can be sending to beta readers at some point. Because honestly, I swear I've been saying, oh, I'm going to send to beta readers, oh, I'm going to send to beta readers for like the past year, and I still haven't done it. And do you know how frustrating it is? For me, it's very frustrating. So yeah, I'm not going to be returning until like February, April time. And then the last thing I am going to say is that will also be the time where I start really thinking about what I'm going to be doing after college, because obviously I do have to leave this year. And it kind of pains me, because I'm not going to have the same amount of support like in the real world as like I'm getting at college, because being completely honest, I think I'm probably just kind of scared to enter the real world and get a full-time job. Even though it's something I want, I'm scared shitless, but it's something that I know I have to do. I think I've covered everything I need to. To summarise, I'm going on an extended hiatus until probably next April, knowing me. It honestly just depends. I'm obviously not going to be participating in Camp NaNoWriMo in April. I mean, actually I don't really know. I could do, but it would only be for the 2 weeks that I'm on a half-term break. It honestly, I really don't know. It honestly just depends. I'm going on a break. I will be trying to post at least one video a month so I don't completely fall off the YouTube wagon. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm still going to be like active over on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, I would love for you to go and check it out. My handle is at Chloe J Elizabeth if you would like to check out my Instagram, because I'm not going to be really posting on here. I'm going to be a lot more active on Instagram, hopefully. So if you want to still like follow my writing journey and just have a lot more regular content, I highly suggest you check my Instagram out, because I try to post on there quite regularly. And I just find Instagram like really easy. It's instant. I mean, it's in the name. My Instagram will be linked down below and on the screen as well. And I will see you in the new year. If you would like to stick around for when I return, then make sure you subscribe down below, and also ding the bell to be notified for every single time I upload, and just, you know, find out when I'm actually coming back. I do like updates on Instagram as well. Like, you can either subscribe here to, you know, find out when I am posting, or you can go over to Instagram as well. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you, oh my god, I will see you next year.